Hello and welcome to Scorpion's Adventures. It is me, Scorpion, and welcome to another Noble Legacy video. Today we are starting off our journey at our research desk. So we placed this in our last video, and now we're here getting to work on studying the bar and cook pot, because what we want to do in today's episode is build our tavern. Yes, we shall build our tavern, and that is what we believe is the key to growth within Noble Legacy, because with it, our hard workers can go and enjoy some ale and some fish stew and mushroom stew after a long day of work, and then our visitors can come and have a drink or a meal as well. So that is the plan. Now, what we didn't get a chance to look at is how the research desk works. So when you come to it, first you need to select what you want to research. So it's as easy as selecting on one of the items. Anything in green has either been done or is in progress, and you can see here the bar and cook pot is almost done. But if I were to scroll over, I see that the garrison weapon rack still needs to be researched, and then the jetty. After those are done, then that's all I have for the homestead level. Once we unlock the hamlet, then we'll be able to do some additional research. Now, the devs still have some research and some buildings coming soon with our herb planter, hunting weapons, and loom. But looks like our homestead bar and cook pot has been completed. So let's move on to our next item, which will be, let's do the jetty and rack so we can get our fishery set up. So it's as easy as clicking on it, and then the person that you assign to research will come and do that, or actually the person that you assign to the library will come and do the research. You can do some of it yourself. All right, so I already did assign that. Oh, yeah, you have to click on it and then actually hit the research button. There we go. And Richard and I will work in unison to complete the research, but that's not really what we're here to do and show. We'll let Richard do his job. And yeah, but what we had to do is we had to recruit Richard, because for the library, they only accept tradesmen to do the work. So we had to recruit a tradesman. Luckily, we got Richard to do that. And if you recall, at the last episode, Amabel declined our request to join our village, but off camera I was able to get her to do that, to join our small but growing village, and I put her to work promptly as a forager. But I do believe she is homeless, as is Richard, our scholar, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people and only 2 houses built. So I am going to go and get that done. And then I will bring them back. Oh, looky here, looky here. We've got some new people who can join. He will not join us until we have a tavern. And here we've got a peasant. But we don't have enough jobs for them yet, because as you can see, well, I could get someone to work in the storehouse. I can get that. This is a wildcard person. This villager can perform any job. So maybe. Oh, nope. She needs a tavern as well. So that is also why I said the key to growth is the tavern, because early days, that is what a lot of people are going to be looking for. But yeah, first let's get homes for the 2 new recruits, and then we'll get started on building our tavern. All right, I'll bring us back in a few. Okay, we are back, and we have already built the house for the two new folks, and I built another one with the expectation that we can recruit two more. I accidentally recruited Percival, who is a merchant. Sorry, actually, let's double check that. What is Percival? Percival is an artisan, sorry. And I don't have any buildings right now that require an artisan. So, well, what buildings do require artisans? Does not say here. So he is doing nothing right now. So artisans would be blacksmiths, tailors, weavers, or acolytes. Soon, Percival will be employing his trade at a church, but that is something for another time. All right, so we are here going to look at our map, and what we're planning to do is build or select the site for our tavern, and I'm wondering where it should be. Now over here is where I think I'll be putting a jetty for fish because it's close to the lake, so that's off limits. Here kind of looks like a nice place for a church, nice big and spacious. So then that leaves me, like if we were to select kind of selected spots, there's an open space here and an open space here. So what I think I might do is build the tavern right here in the middle. Or actually, here or here. Why don't we place it here? Because then it's kind of central. It's close to housing. It's close to workplaces. So yeah, so let's do that. And what are we? Here we are. So we need to place some foundations. Now, if we recall correctly, some people need tavern decoration score of 20. So we're going to aim for that. And right now there is a severe storm on the way. Let's see, how's my inventory looking? I do not have any logs, so let's go and get that. Wrong building. I'll take all of those, and I just right click on the item and I get them all. Okay, so tavern right here. So let's place our foundation. So this is going to be an interesting building. It'll be a 4x4. 4x4 or 2, not 4x4, 2x3 actually. Oh, out of the way, Percival. Here we go, there. Percival shall be in our way. There we go. So we will have one way in, one way out. So let's put the stairs. There we go. And we want some walls and windows. We want windows there. We don't want a dreary tavern. Okay, so far remember, until you actually place a work item, this is just a structure. It does not have a job. All right, this tree I feel will be in our way of building, so we're going to get rid of it. Let's continue chopping. So this will be exciting. We get to do some decorations to it. Now there are two things that will be required for the tavern. And we'll get to it shortly as soon as this tree has been dispatched. Lovely. All right, let's get the door in place. So let's just put a wall. We'll have a solid wall on the back. Come on. Here we go. And then door. Now, let's put the bar in the middle. So we're going to go to production and nope, service. There it is. Rustic bar. Okay, and then we will rotate it. Is this the way? No, one would think that you would do the shelves that way, so we'll keep it off the wall. And there we go. Look at that. We have made a tavern, and immediately our settlement is now a hamlet. So let's quickly look at our kingdom here. And our requirements before were to have a tavern and so forth. Next, we need population of 12. And then a church in order to go from a hamlet to a village. But first, let's get some of our other requirements done. We need a stew pot, we need dining table, and 2 chairs. So we're gonna go a little bit more overboard on this, but yeah, let's go with our stew pot. Put it there, and that's crafting mushroom stew. And I'll place another one once we get some fish. Now let's get some decorations in here, because tables will be under, nope, tables are under furniture, of course they are. So we want some nice round tables. Either or will do. They cost the same and they give you the same decoration. This is a table perfect for tavern dining, so we'll go with this one. How do we want it? Let's rotate it this way, and we'll put one there. Even though I only need 1, I will put 2. And then let's get some chairs. Uncomfortable but charming. Let's put some stools near the bar. And it shows us that our tavern is built. But let's actually put some real chairs down for these fine fellows. And we'll get one there. Now this is completely overboard for early days, but why not? Sometimes it might be better to build without walls, because as you can see, We're in tight quarters right now. And there. Now, the other thing that we need is someone to work at the tavern. So let's see if we can get a recruit. For that, I do not have a tradesperson. So I'll have to wait a minute to see. Now what I could do is, I could move Richard over. Let's see, is Richard done with our research? Not quite yet. And he's got a lot more to do now that we've unlocked Hamlet, so I don't want to distract him. I could grab... Who was that other person? Not her. Oh no, the jack of all trades lady I couldn't recruit because she wanted a tavern. Yeah. Okay, well, let's put some roofs on this thing, and we're going to build this a bit differently. We're going to build this from the outside because bigger building, it requires a bit more of a steep pitched roof. So we're going to go here, zoom in a bit, and I find this is the best way to do some building. So we're going to do roofs. Let's do wood. Do that. That. There we go. There we go. There. Now we'll go inside and finish up the rest. So we're going to need some light in here. So let's do that. But first, walls. This is what we want, the triangular wall. Come on. And that's what we want.
I've no complaints. Well, not many. I've no complaints. Well, not many.
And then let's go and get some lights now.
I've no complaints.
Decorations. I think a building like this needs 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Now there are probably more precise ways of doing this, but I'm just freehanding all of it. And we'll put some of these on the wall. Now I really love this game because of its just freedom to click things where you pretty much want them. So kind of like that. There. So nice little tavern we've got here. Now have we got more recruits? Here we go. Eleanor. She's a barfly, spends time. She's quick. Move speed is increased. And here we go. So we really want to get Eleanor so we can start working on our tavern. So we're going to give her the max. And we're going to assign her to the tavern keeper. And then we'll get her into a house. Unfortunately, let's just put Eleanor here. And then the other house. And there we go. And great. So that's all done. So we've got our tavern in place. We have a worker coming, and we need to make sure we have enough mushroom stew. Not enough mushrooms. So we need... Let's actually move someone from our storehouse. Right, I only have one person. I need to wait 3.5 minutes. What I would like to do is, in our storehouse, get a porter so that they can do deliveries. What I haven't figured out yet in the game is how do the food stuff make its way into different locations. So excellent. Eleanor is here. Oh, I guess I can craft my own mushroom. Is it going into my storage? No. Mushroom stew is added to crafting storage. So let's go to our storehouse and see if it's there. It would be silly if it was. Okay, people are still dropping things all over the place. I thought there was a patch for that. I don't need the kindling. We'll put that there. And put that there. All right. So, I hope that this was a success for our tavern. I think we could do a little bit more with decorations and so forth, but for now, I believe that it is doing its job. Before we head out, let's take a look at our recruit. Still time. And we'll look at our visitors. We haven't seen this before, so far we only have 4 visitors to our town that are registered, and you know, they wanted to eat tavern stew, but they couldn't. They wanted to visit a church, but they couldn't because we don't have a church. They wanted to relax, explore the marketplace, relax, and visit the tavern. All those intentions are still pending. Interrupted when trying to move to rustic chair. Right, and those are their thoughts. Let's see, how is Edith feeling? She couldn't pay a tithe to the church because we don't have one. Theobald. Oh, Theobald was had a success eating stew and visiting the tavern. Excellent, like what I hear. And Oswald was able to relax. Okay. Let's see, do we have chairs and so forth? If not, let's put some benches. Let's do some decorations outside here. Put some furniture down. I think a nice bench, couple benches outside the tavern would be lovely. There. Excellent. Eddie gets to sit. People are visiting the tavern. I don't know, folks. What do you think? You tell me. Go into the comments and let me know what you thought. Did we have a successful time building the tavern? Do you think we've done what is needed to grow this small little hamlet into a village, into a successful legacy of ours, become the envy of the empire or the kingdom? Who knows? But again, yeah, drop a comment, let me know what you thought. But even more importantly, smash that like button if you really enjoyed this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to hit that subscribe button. But yeah, so this is Scorpion saying thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have yourself a great day. Thank you.